I want to compare leadership in any arena that's suddenly being ousted for touching children. If we hear in Catholic circles that that's been going on for decades, no longer can we just blame that type of faith vein, because it's happening among Protestants equally as well. But these leaders that are coming to the surface, their sin is surfacing. I want to point out the fact that God is redemptive and that He probably is going to use this whole thing to expose secrecy and what's kept more than just the perpetrator in bondage. I remember back in the day, when I was teaching in elementary school, and the kids would come up to me and they'd be like, I'm tattling because Johnny did this to me. And I'm like, okay, so I'll go talk to Johnny, but what is your part? Because we all have a part. And we play a role in every situation that we find ourselves, because relationships make the world go round. So also, if I were to have a part inside of me that doesn't understand how a leader could touch a child and, be professing God, then I would say, okay, I understand that part of you doesn't really get it, but let me talk to that part who did it, and we'll make peace and get some understanding over that issue, and then I'll come back to you and I'll hear your side. So the conflict inside is one that should enlighten the Christian and should say, if someone is outwardly sinning and it's now being brought to the surface, could it be that God's exposing it because He loves that person? Just like I would hope He would do it inside of me, and in fact He does. So when we slow down and we look within ourselves and we have this inner conflict, then we can recognize a part of us commiserates with somebody who got ousted, who now is being exposed, because we don't want all of our stuff on blast. And yet another part of me thinks, geez, I wouldn't do that. But yet another part knows, well, I still would do this. So sin is sin. And I know that there's a hierarchy and everybody takes it pretty seriously if there's sexual sin involved. And touching children, pedophilia, all that kind of stuff, absolutely, those things are going to rise. But we don't want to always lose our faith, and we don't want to look at somebody else and go tattling to God about this person didn't do that, because in reality, if we turn back to us, we'll figure out what it is that we have to do so that our pride doesn't eclipse the sin that we have.